Welcome to BISP Solutions. My name is Ankita. Today we are going to learn the workforce planning performance metrics. So for that, I'm going to first take you to the EPBCS workforce planning module. Okay, so in that, I will take you to the configuration, and in the configuration, I will take you to the workforce. So here we find that we have workforce metrics. So here in the given case, we have added four new performance metrics. First one is the does not meet expectations. Second is meet expectations. Third is above expectations. Fourth is far beyond expectations. So I will tell you how to add a member into the performance metrics just by clicking on this action and by clicking on the add option, we will be able to add a new member into the performance metrics. Okay. So after adding these performance metrics, I will take you to the assumption part of it. So here, I will go to the workforce. In it, I will go to compensation planning. And in the compensation planning, I will take you to the assumptions. So here in the assumption tab, we have general, salary grade, and then merit rates. So in the merit rates, we find that the four members that we have added in the performance metrics are all visible to us here. So here I have defined the percentage in all the given new additional added members. Okay. So far does not meet expectations, we have 0% of increment. For meet expectations, we have 5%. For above expectations, we have 10%. And for far beyond expectations, we have 20% of increment into the salary rate, into salary of an employee. Okay. Now we are going to the manage employee part. In the manage employee, you will find in the existing employee tab, we have many employees. Okay, so in these, I'm going to select three members. First one is Molinari Sarah, second is John Patrick, and the third one is the Matthew Peter. Okay, so here, what we are going to do is we'll learn how to calculate the merits of the employees. So here we are taking three examples. So first, Molinari Sara is a sales manager who is actually a grade 6 employee. So in this, we will be enabling meet expectations of an employee, okay, as the performance metrics. In the second case, we have John Patrick, which is a sales director and a grade 9 employee. So we are enabling performance metrics here as above expectation. And the third one case we have is the Matthew Peter. So Matthew Peter is the support sales manager, which is grade 5 employee, and its performance merit is going to be does not meet the expectations. So after what will happen is after enabling these, after selecting the performance matrices, the system will automatically pick the merit rates, and after running the business rule of calculation of compensation, we will get the values of merits into their calculation sheet. Okay, so I will show you how does it work. So for that, we are going to the employee details first. So in the employee detail, I will be selecting here. My first example is Molinari Sara. Okay, and the job of Molinari Sara here is sales manager. So I will first select the job as sales manager over here. Then I will select the name of the employee, and then I will click on go. Okay, so here we can see that we have already calculated the salary of an employee. In this calculation of the compensation, we do not find the merit calculation of the employee. As we can see here, wait a minute. As we can see here, we haven't defined the performance of the employee. So there is no calculation of the merit rate. Okay. So what I will do here is I will define the performance of the employee for the month of October, November, and December. So here, Molinari Sara have meet the expectations. So I'm going to select the meet expectations here. Okay, now I will save it. After saving this requirement, now I will go to the employee details. Okay, and here I will recalculate the compensation. So for that first I will run the rule of synchronized component definition. Then synchronize default, and then lastly we will be clicking on compensation calculation. Okay, so now I will again go to the employee detail, individual employee details. So there I will be selecting the job as sales manager, and the employee name is Molinari Sara. Okay, so here we can see that we have the merit increase calculation with us, which is 2500. Okay, as we have already seen previously, that the for meeting the expectations, the rate of merit is 5%. Okay, so here after running these three business rules, we find that the recommended merit rate is also visible to us into the employee details sheet, which is 5%, and here is the calculation for the same as well. So merit rate is basically calculated on the basic salary. So the basic salary here we can find is $50,000. So 50,000 will be multiplied with 5%. Let me show you that in the calculator. Okay, so here 50,000 multiplied with 5%. So we get the value as 2500, right? So this was a calculation of the meeting the expectations. Okay. Now we are going to make a calculation of above expectations for John Patrick. So John Patrick is a sales director. After selecting the job and the employee, I'm going to click on go. Okay, so here we see that we do not have any merit calculation. So here I'm going to select the performance as it was above expectations. Okay, so I'm taking it as above expectations. And then I will click on save. Now the data has been saved. Okay, now again I will go back to the manage employee tab. The system is little slow. Maybe there is a connectivity problem, so please bear with it. Okay, so now in John Patrick, again, I'm going to calculate the compensation. So for that, first I will calculate the synchronized component definition. After that, I will, okay, sorry. After that, I will select the synchronized default. And lastly, I'm going to select the rule for calculate compensation. Okay, so now my compensation is being calculated. So for that, I will again go to the employee details and view the compensation of the employee. So here I have, I'm going to define the job here as sales director. An employee name is John Patrick. Okay, now you find that the compensation, here we find that the performance is the above expectation. So their recommended merit rate is 10%, which was being picked from the assumption where we have defined the above expectation as the rate of 10%. Okay, so here we see that the compensation part where we see the calculation, we are getting a compensation of 9,000, which is 10% of the basic salary, $90,000. Okay, is being calculated for from the month of October till December. Okay, so this was about the above expectations. Now we see the do not meet expectations performance. Okay, so do not meet expectations have 0% of rate of interest. Sorry, 0% of rate of merit. Okay, so now what I will do is here I will select the job as the sales support manager, and I will define the name of the employee here as Matthew Peter. Then I will click on go. Okay, so here I will define the performance for the month of October of Matthew Peter as do not meet expectations. Okay, after defining this, I will then click on save. Okay, after clicking on save, I will again go to the manage employee. In it, I am go to the existing employees. Okay, so here I will recalculate the compensation of the employee. After synchronized definition, I'm going to select the rule here as synchronized default. And lastly, we are going to select the rule here for calculate compensation. Okay, so now again, I will go to the employee details to view to view the changes in the compensation that we have calculated. Okay, so here I'm going to select the sales support manager. Then I'm going to select the name of the employee, which is Matthew Peter, and then click on go. Okay, so here we can see that the recommended merit rate, the system is automatically pegged here as 0%, as the employee performance was not up to the expectations here. That is why the merit increase here from the month of October to December is 0 as well. Okay, so this was a little example of performance metrics calculation. So thank you and have a nice day. For any more queries, please feel free to ask.